Welcome back to the No Hitters podcast.
Welcome back to the bitches who never record anymore.
The bitches who never record a podcast anymore.
Welcome back to the podcast that should exist but does not.
The doesn't exist podcast. Listen, we didn't plan on taking 2 1-week breaks in a row. Okay, it just happened that Easter happened, and I traveled to Texas for the weekend, and I didn't even take my computer because I'm like, fuck. Also, I could just make Jenna edit the podcast for once, so I could just do that if.
There's also the fact that we almost didn't get this one in, which is too funny.
It's true. No, it's true. But we're back. We're the We're Back podcast, and
the We're So Back podcast.
We have some shit to yap about.
The Yappers podcast has returned. Your favorite podcast to fall asleep to in 5 minutes.
It's true. Your favorite podcast to never like, to never comment, to tell us that you're watching it, but we have the analytics and you're fucking not.
Yeah, fuck y'all. You better fucking watch the entire time.
You'll better watch. Y'all better listen to this entire podcast.
They probably already clicked off.
It's true. They probably already did. They probably didn't even click it.
That you might be right.
It's true.
We need to have like one of those intros where it's just some crazy shit that convinces people to stay for a while.
Oh yeah. You're like do like what the
just
streamers do.
Like an excerpt of us being crazy. Yes, I guess.
I feel like I don't like those intros because they like, I don't know, like I hate seeing them because like I usually like listen to YouTube videos, and so I get just very confused when it like starts off and then it like I have to remind myself what's happening.
See, I feel like I'm going in with a very set mindset to a podcast. Like it's just bitches talking for like an hour.
Yeah. No, I think yeah, for sure. Baseball is back. It started. It's in full force.
Spring training is over. We're
Spring training is over. We games matter in this bitch now. And the Pirates are on a roll.
We're so back, baby.
Starting the season 6-1. Hot as hell.
To be fair, we were number one in the AL Central at the end of last April, and it didn't end like that.
Okay, that's fair, but consider this. I mean, were y'all first in AL Central because y'all were a good team, or were y'all first in AL Central because AL Central? Now the NL Central sucks. Okay, I think this year y'all are good.
Back in the late '90s, they nicknamed it Comedy Central, and I think we need to bring that back.
I think it's too sad now to really be Comedy Central.
No, it's Comedy Central because it's that pathetically funny.
You got the Pirates, the Brewers, the Cubs, the Reds, and the Cardinals. None of these teams are like sniffing the World Series.
Like the Cardinals, you look at the Cardinals roster and they should be built to win World Series, but they do not. The Cubs are in a weird middle child phase.
The Cubs were really good last year until they weren't.
The Cubs really want to have a good farm system, but they also really want to win right now, which is contradictory. So
I think the Pirates are probably, their famous chokers. They're probably gonna fall down the ranking, but I think they're a serious team this year, in my opinion.
You're more optimistic than me, and you're not even a fan.
I'm going to call myself a non-fan. I mean, they're not my team, but
they're building towards something. I just don't think this is the year.
That's what they all say. That's what the Diamondbacks said. So.
Yeah, but the Diamondbacks were very fluky last year. I don't think they can repeat that.
I mean,
Corbin Carroll carries that goddamn team.
I don't know if that's even true. I feel like they have a pretty good rotation.
Their rotation's really unproven. I don't know.
Jordan Montgomery is a proven pitcher.
Yeah, but like he's not gonna pitch for like a week or two because they signed him after opening day.
That's fair. I'm just thinking long term. I think Diamondbacks have potential to repeat.
I don't because they're in the NLS.
Do you think the Padres, the Giants are that significantly better than the Diamondbacks?
I think people sleep on the Giants every fucking year, and every fucking year they do pretty well. So
I mean, they didn't make the postseason last year.
they didn't, but they're in contention for longer than people gave them credit for.
That's fair. That's fair. But we're not here to talk about the Pirates, even though we talk about the Pirates a lot. We're here to talk about the Astros and how emotionally traught it is to be an Astros fan right now, because they get swept by New York 4-0. Okay, and
Damn
then
Yankees.
them damn Yankees, and then Toronto comes into town. Ronel Blanco, his 8th MLB start in the big leagues. He has never pitched past the 6th inning. He fucking throws a 9-inning complete game no-hitter. What the hell?
I was ready to be a huge hater on Blanco. Like, there's no way he ever does anything close to this. But apparently he added a changeup that he used hit the most of any pitch that start, and it had good look on it. And I'm like, maybe he just need a third pitch. Sometimes it's that simple, legitimately.
Yeah, he found out he made the team after making his last spring training start, which he ran to from the hospital after his child got birthed. He made the team, and then he threw a no-hitter, all in the same week.
That's kind of real.
So
not many people can say that. So
but here's the problem. The Astros, they have the 10-game curse. They don't win after they score 10 runs. And so then they go 1-0 in early in the third inning or whatever. And then Josh Hader blows the lead in the 9th inning. Tough. But then we're also pretty good next game. We score 8 runs, saves us from the 10 run curse. But here's the thing: we're fourth in the division right now, 2-5. It doesn't mean much because it's still early. But here's the facts. Okay, here is the MLB ranking, hitting stat wise, team wise. Number 1, Atlanta Braves. Number 2, the Houston Astros. The Houston Astros are batting .295 as a team with a 361 OPS, with some of the an 800 OPB or something, 800 OPS.
OPS, yeah, that makes more sense.
361 OPB. The Astros aren't hitting some of the best. We have, I think, the lowest ERA out of starting pitchers. Our rotation, our bullpen is giving up 7.65 ERA, which is tied for the 3rd worst. So,
well, that would be the issue.
That is the issue, right? Once we fix what's happening in our bullpen, I feel like the Houston Astros the record starts to start getting a little more accurate to how good this team actually is. Because I think there's some guys who aren't exactly hitting their weight right now. I feel like Alex Bregman, has opportunity to get a little more.
That brother's been mid since 2019.
Yeah, that's true. I still have a little bit of faith in him because I just feel like he has that ability.
He has that dog in him.
He has the dog in him to be really good. He just needs to get his pop-up rate down.
I feel like that's been an issue for him for like years.
Yeah, I think the scandal kind of took it out of him a little bit.
Yeah.
But I think the big problem right now on the team, I think, is John Singleton and Jose Abreu. Our only two first basemen happen to also be pretty bad.
Look, I will defend John Singleton. I think that man has potential. I'm not sure if he's a quad A guy or like he could legitimately make an impact.
I think I think he has potential. I think he's fine. I feel like he might have a certain like I feel like he's getting at bats under the idea that he has like a certain sort of like clutch factor about him, kind of built on like the kind of like the energy behind the walk that he drew in front of Jose Abreu in Game 5 of the ALCS. But I mean, his next at bat that he pinched hit for. I mean, he left dry. He left like two runner he walked up to a grand slam opportunity. Even a single would have scored, and he struck out. And I'm not saying that like he's not exactly unique to that extent on the Astros squad. Like the Houston Astros, they leave a lot of runners stranded. But I just feel like...
Oh, you think the Astros leave a lot of runners stranded? You've never watched the Pirates game. They will leave like the bases loaded with like one out. It's infuriating.
Well, the Astros left runners stranded with 2 outs, I think, the other day. It's rough, but Jose Abreu, I think, doesn't really have any excuse. I just feel like I don't know what's happening with him.
I saw that clip of Jose Altuve running into a ball. That's crazy.
Oh yeah, that was a crate. That was.
You're so short. How do you not see it?
He was doing like a sort of like skip thing too. Like he was like waving his arms like to his side or something like that.
I respect his game, but he is a little goofy.
Oh, he's massive goofy. He's. I love Jose Altuve, but sometimes he's just like. He just like.
He's silly too close to the sun.
He's silly. He's too close to the sun, but that's kind of why we love him. He's got that dog in him though.
All right. Taylor Swift is officially a billionaire. The liberal white girl, the most cookie cutter liberal white girl, just broke down crying in a Walmart, knowing that they will have to defend her more ardently than ever.
I don't know how to feel about the Taylor Swift billionaire narrative.
I feel like it makes sense.
I feel like it makes sense. I just feel like
it checks out.
I think it's kind of people are like they're like Taylor Swift is a billionaire for only her music and her live performances, and I'm like,
no, she is branded herself.
Like that's still like a brand with a significant amount of product like attached to it.
The amount of merchandise that woman sells is insane.
And I feel like to some extent, I feel like the way we contextualize the Eras Tour, I feel like is a little different than a normal like live musical performance. In my opinion.
Yeah, I guess.
It's more of like, it is more of like a like I watched like maybe like the first hour of the Eras Tour movie on the plane the other day. And I feel like it's honestly more of like a Disney World type experience. Like it's like a full thing with like, like set pieces and whatever. And it's like the live musical the live music aspect is there, but it's like it's not like the main aspect of it. Like it doesn't make sense to have like a Taylor Swift live album that's Taylor Swift at the Eras Tour live album, because it's just like,
Yeah, that makes sense.
yeah,
Or more accurately, it wouldn't make sense.
yeah, it wouldn't make sense.
So I got that.
That's like a Marvel movie live. It's I don't know.
Marvel on Ice, Disney on Ice.
Disney on Ice, Taylor Swift on Ice.
I went to see Disney on Ice one time with my cousins,
Oh yeah,
and yeah, I swear to God, it was Frozen. I have no proof, but um, it was like right after Frozen came out,
oh, that makes sense.
like 2014-ish, and I had a balloon, and we got to the parking lot. We got to the car, and the balloon slips out of my hand and goes to the sky, and I cry.
Wow.
The pain of being a child and losing a balloon. It's that feeling that you know immediately you're never getting it back.
I once uh let go of a balloon in a car dealership. It was a Toyota dealership and it had a really high ceiling. I accidentally let it go. And so I just saw it there on the ceiling and I'm like, well, uh-oh. It's a forlorn experience losing a balloon.
Like, all right, it's on the roof.
It's on the roof.
It's lost cause.
Yeah. Buying a balloon just to let it go.
But
It's like rain on your wedding day.
oh my God, I used to hear Alanis Morissette on my radio in my room when I was younger, like all the time.
Uh-huh.
They played like every one of her hits, and it really shows how good she is that they never got old.
Oh yeah, I mean, Alanis Morissette. I mean, just really good. It's just really good stuff. Um, that full first album is really good. I kind of even like
Yeah.
the acoustic version she did later, and like the MTV Unplugged versions even a little bit more. I feel like.
Yeah, I am not that deep into Alanis Morissette, so I cannot speak
Well,
on that. But
after the first album, she kind of like changed her sound and got like more adult contemporary or whatever, rather than like the sort of like
yeah,
'90s sort of rock. And I don't know. I just think they sell like the more acoustic kind of like versions, kind of like I think they sell the writing a little bit better. Even if I feel like that first album is still like pretty influential.
see, that 90s singer-songwriter sound is never bad for me.
Oh sure. You live, you learn, you find, you learn, you find, you learn, you lose, you learn.
But I got one hand in my pocket, and the other one's giving up peace time. Funny, we thought of like 3 different songs already from her.
We didn't even sing the big one.
Oh my God, you're right.
I guess ironic is the big one. I think it was the big one. I don't think it's the big one anymore.
I don't know what the big one would be though.
I think it's got to be um wait, what am I thinking of? Oh shit.
The one I can't think of.
Wait, I know it. It's oh god. You been close to me. You hit for the best for you. Another version of me. Is she? And
Oh,
I'm
uh,
here to remind you
of the misty days when you were not.
that eyes
It's
am
not
right
true.
there to
It's not
deny me
me,
of the
but it
constant
hurts.
care that you gave to me. You ought to know. You ought to know. That's the name of it. That's the name of it. You ought to
Yeah,
know. I just sang
got
the
it.
entire song to find out the title.
I know. It's
I feel
getting.
like I feel like that's her biggest one. That's her biggest one.
She does a great job of like building up to the chorus, whereas like, oh my God, that's the name.
Oh yeah. I feel like Taylor Swift does that a lot, but I don't think she's as good
Yes, too.
as you ought to know. I feel like it's weird. Taylor Swift will do it, but like a random word that like it's not the title, but she kind of drops it like uh like in Willow when she is like uh
I forgot where she even says Willow in that song.
life is a willow and I've been right to your knee.
Yeah, it's like right at the beginning though. So it's like different.
She says it a couple times, but what I'm talking about is when she's like, "But I come back stronger than a '90s trend." Like she drops that phrase like it's like a punchline, but I'm not exactly quite sure what like she's getting at.
Honestly, she wasn't wrong. It's just a very strangely specific line.
I think it works better in blank space.
Well, most things do.
She's like, "But I've got a blank space, baby, and I'll write your name." Like I think that's like she kind of does like those like she'll and Taylor Swift. I feel like everybody talks about like her choruses where it's like no her bridges where it's like super big. It's like the emotional climax of the song. But I think the most Taylorism thing is you end you like there's like a zinger at the end of the chorus. Like whenever there's like a and I'll write your name, I'll come back stronger than a '90s trend. Like I mean that's just two examples.
Oh my God, wait, she does do. There is a song where she does the thing where she drops the title at the very end. Can you think of what I'm thinking of?
Uh, style.
No, it's more recent.
Oh, um, like really recent, like Midnight's recent.
No,
Oh,
but owning her rights recent.
oh God. Um,
His lover.
oh, Lover. Yeah, that makes sense.
Like, she's like the you're mine, blah blah blah, repeated, and then it's just
Yeah,
lover.
my lover. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Like Lover is like a
Right.
zinger. It's like a
That's what I was
zinger.
saying. That's the
Yeah.
exact thing.
So that's the Taylor thing. Okay, that's the. And if you like that, that's great. But if you don't like that, that's where I feel like people don't like Taylor Swift's writing.
That's fair. But I also think that's one of the that might be the best song on Lover.
Ooh, wait, is it? It's tough. Wait, let me. Huh. I feel like that's hard to argue with.
It is tough.
I like Cruel Summer, and I know that's like people kind of moan at it now because it's kind of everywhere, and it's like a big pop song. But I think Cruel Summer is like pretty weirdly written in like a way that like I feel like is super compelling to me.
I see. I like Cruel Summer, but it doesn't have the same replayability to me as Lover. And I also think I like the instrumentation better on Lover.
I think that's fair. I think I've heard like the Lover like wedding version once. I want
I
to say that
haven't.
I want to say like that version is like maybe my favorite.
I feel like that would hit. That would hit good at a wedding, I think.
She's got a couple good songs on a Lover. Um, Paper Ring is pretty good. You know what? Okay, I don't like The Man.
No, I don't either. It's the most liberal white feminist thing she's ever done.
The premise just doesn't work for me. And I don't listen. I mean, here's the facts. Okay, sure, Taylor Swift might get less shit if she was a man, but also
Also, she's Taylor Swift.
I don't think she'd be as popular if she was a man. Case in point, Ed Sheeran is like completely fallen off the map now, and Taylor Swift is literally God.
Yeah, Ed kind of fell off in the mainstream.
And it's who else is a male? Who else is a male at that level? Like The Weeknd, we can put some in the work,
It's
right?
Drake.
Like
It's Drake.
Drake.
And I don't even like Drake.
Yeah, I think that's
See,
fair.
white boys fuck with Drake heavy.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. So, where does that put me?
Not saying every, just saying.
I feel like I feel like Drake is like popular across the male like racial spectrum. Like I feel like
Yeah, I guess. But he's definitely the white suburban makes music for white suburban kids rapper, if there's
sure.
any.
No, I mean I feel like all the Eminem hoodie clones are like kind of that even more.
See,
But
but like they're more blatantly like it's not fun to point it out. Like you say G-Eazy makes rap music for white people and somebody says no fucking shit.
no, that's fair. And I feel like Drake has enough like legitimacy for it to be like I feel like the average white boy now knows better than to like you have some that are like like NF is the best or like
Oh my god.
Eminem is the
But they're
goat.
the worst people. You never want to be around them.
Yeah, but I think like the pushback has been strong enough that I think your average white boy is probably to a point of hip hop education that they're going to be like someone like Drake, who's like is still super mainstream, is like very like on hip hop culture, but is like not as like beniled as like NF or whoever.
Yeah, I'm sure, yeah. Because NF doesn't even make hits anymore. He's just there,
Yeah,
which is a sad existence.
yeah. No. Sorry to NF for catching strays, but it had to be done.
No, I'm not fucking sorry to NF. You make shit fucking music.
I feel like white boy.
Sorry. Make better music. That's my solution.
The Drake white boys are cringe, but I feel like you have to like the Playboy Cardi, the Ken Carson, like the Nav white boys.
Oh god. Oh god.
You almost have to respect it because I feel like there's even like because like Drake is the goat, but if you're like a white boy and your favorite rapper is like Nav or like Ken Cardi or like Playboy Cardi, like you're on another level of like
A weird off-putting white guy.
exactly. And I almost have to even respect it because I feel like they're like they're so far gone, but I like the white boys who are like Drake is the goat are like kind of for some reason they're still in the conversation. So I feel like they're taken a little more seriously.
You let them cook.
Well, I don't want to let them cook. I'll let the Playboy Cardi hit. I'll let the Opium hit. They can just be by themselves. But Drake, they're a problem.
Just let them alone in private.
Yeah, but the Drake
like
guys
an
are
island separate from civilization.
the Drake guys are making it a problem for everybody else.
Making it everybody else's problem that they can't get over that Drake doesn't make good music.
Yeah, that's true. They're like, I thought Certified Lover Boy was actually a pretty good album. I mean, it had a few skips, but I mean, Champagne Poetry, guys.
Guys, I kind of liked For All the Dogs because it reminded me of being with my dogs.
You guys didn't like, honestly, never mind, just because it was something different. Like, you just didn't like, you hated Drake for doing something different. Like, I'm sorry if you don't like dancehall music, that's fine, but like, don't hate him just because he's doing something different, guys.
You didn't have to make NFR podcast catchphrase.
What was that their honestly never mind take?
I feel like Ant said that at one point.
Oh, Ant's
This might be defamation, but he's definitely said something to that effect.
Ant always has the weird takes. Okay, I feel like Luca's been on.
No, he's had bad takes too.
No, he's been on bad takes, but I feel like he keeps it. I feel like Ant will run the mainstream Twitter hip hop line about like sales relevancy, like impact on the culture, and be like, well, if you consider this and this, Drake has to be like top 3 or whatever. And Lucas be like, yeah, but he makes dog shit music. I'm talking about the music.
No, he rides for Drake too.
Okay, he
doesn't ride as hard for Drake, but
he'll ride for Drake when he thinks like the music is up to snuff, which I feel like to that extent I can accept. But
it's
like
respectable enough.
If he thinks that the music isn't there or the music is mid, he'll push back against it a little bit. But I feel like Ant, he's not as willing to like, really go against the common lines that are pushed.
What do you mean he's not willing to go against it? He is the common line.
I guess that's fair. That's fair. We love the NFR podcast though. It's great stuff.
Goofy.
I mean, they're more successful. I mean, they're better podcasters than us. I mean, we can't even put out an episode every week. So
look, I mean, we got shit to do sometimes.
Yeah, we're not professional.
Not like anybody's gonna notice.
No, it's true. Honestly, I feel like NFR are like. What's crazy is that I feel like Okay, here's the thing. Here's like.
It said it's not much of a podcast.
It's like a mini podcast. They do like a podcast that's like short segments at a time. Like they don't do longer whatevers. I once went on their Spotify page and it was literally just the YouTube videos, but the audio uploaded. And I'm like, this is a little strange. Like, well, I thought I would go onto there and it would be like full episodes that are like extended that they cut the YouTube videos out of. But it's just the YouTube videos.
Oh my god, I love that scene from Big Hero 6. It's so funny. He did not give a fuck.
Wait, what?
Have you seen Big Hero 6?
Yeah, I have.
Do you remember the villain? Like, because like something with because the brother died. So the brother, spoilers. So who the fuck hasn't watched Big Hero 6?
Who the fuck hasn't seen Big Hero 6? Fuck you if you haven't seen Big Hero 6. The brother dies in a fire, and the twist is that the guy behind the mask was the professor, and he was mad at the businessman because he set up the portal experiment, and his daughter died in the portal experiment.
Yeah, so Hero's like you're responsible for my brother dying, and he's like, that was his mistake.
It's a great moment.
He says it in the exact voice of like, that was his mistake.
I feel like I correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like the YouTuber Shafila's Productions, I feel like kind of did a lot of work in really cementing that meme. Its iconicness. I don't think I really paid attention to how strange that moment is until that hit, like his videos.
Look, I still fuck with Big Hero 6.
No, Big Hero 6 slaps. Okay, they play that Fall Out Boy song. Cause we
That's
could
the only
be
context where I would
immortal.
ever listen to that song.
But it's such a great song to use in that montage.
No, it's good.
Almost as good as when Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem dropped No Diggity during a montage.
Okay, but they also used Tribe Called Quest in the trailer, so
We knew it was gonna be hot.
we knew they were cooking.
We knew they were cooking. When I watched that movie with a friend of the podcast, buddy Eric, and when
I
we got
watched
into
it with
the
my
car,
fucking mom, and she was like, "Why are we watching a kids movie?" I'm like, "Shut up."
and we got in the car, and he was like, "I have a really strong I have a really strong urge to listen to Food by MF Doom right now," and I'm like, "Let's fucking do it."
That's so real.
I mean, it makes sense.
Shout out to Quirked Up White Boys who listen to MF Doom.
Those are the real ones. They know their shit. Okay,
They're so chill, and they probably smoke a little bit of weed.
they might not be unproblematic, but they're fucking real with it.
They're probably mostly unproblematic.
That's fair. I listen to MF Doom completely sober. Well, I do most things completely sober, but all things completely sober. But I just like sit there and I'm like unpacking the rhymes. It's like 1 for the money, 2 for the green, 3, 4 methazine, and I'm like, this man's a genius.
Can be cooked.
Rest in peace, Doom.
R.I.P. Doom.
R.I.P. Doom. And before the Doom heads get at us, every single time we said Doom in that segment, we were saying it all caps. So
that's true.
People are so weird about that.
If this video is subtitled, it will have Doom in all caps.
People are. I mean, I feel like people take the all caps thing way too literally. Like people were literally like, people will yell at you if you spell MF Doom with no caps. I'm gonna tweet out MF Doom all lowercase and see what happens. If in the process of recording this podcast I get a reply yelling at me for spelling it all caps, then I'll be vindicated.
All right. Now that we've firmly established that we are still a tangent podcast.
Oh yeah, what were we talking about again? Taylor Swift?
We initially were. Speaking of pop stars, JoJo Siwa released something. She definitely released something.
She released something. I didn't know JoJo Siwa was still making music.
See, I just don't buy the "I'm not innocent anymore" act when you have the air of Guy Fieri. Slash a guy from Duck Dynasty.
JoJo Siwa is definitely the queer female Guy Fieri.
I don't know if she's Guy Fieri as much as one of those guys from Duck Dynasty, but decidedly more lesbian, like more queer.
I don't know. I don't feel Duck Dynasty as much as Guy Fieri. I feel like, I mean, she's like not Southern enough. I feel like for
you might be right on that.
Duck Dynasty, and she doesn't have like a reality TV show.
Compared to Guy Fieri, though.
Guy Fieri, he's more like, he has like his shows, but like he has so many shows. He's more of an antics guy, and JoJo Siwa is more of like an antics celebrity. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like she's not famous for acting, for dancing or singing. She just does a number of things. Like she does antics. She's always up to something.
It's so funny is she posted like a teaser image or whatever, and people were already predicting she was going to go down this route. Like, it's just so unoriginal at this point.
I think, I feel like I can't take the. It's funny. I guess she's doing like a "I'm not innocent" more era, but like she's in like a full body like Fortnite suit, like in broad daylight. Like it's not exactly giving like sensual energy.
And people are saying this is Joe Dirt slash Joe Exotic. I see.
Yeah, and she walked into like a sex store and then like walked out with like a giant inflatable dildo with like a with a hap with a happy face on it.
I'm sending you this TikTok of her for reference. It's too incredible to not be believed. Just
Serious.
here.
Who are you calling? Personally, I'm calling the people in the Titanic submarine. The situation, the submersible, the whole thing. I'm calling them. My friend said she would call John and Ramsey. I feel like that's a pretty good one. Who are you calling? What are we asking? Give me your take on this.
Oh, that's a good question actually.
It's the rasp. It's just it's
Well,
so
she's always been
raspy.
a little. She's been a little. What's on her arm? Like what is like
I'm
what is
not
that ink she
questioning.
has? It's so
I
inexplicable.
refuse to question.
The fashion choices are definitely questionable, especially given like the McMansion ass kitchen she's in.
Yeah,
And like she's holding like a G Fuel. I don't know.
just doing some shit.
What would be my what would be my unserious heaven phone call? Oh God, I feel like. Oh God,
I want to call Ronald Reagan just to tell him to go fuck himself.
that's a really good one.
But that wouldn't be a heaven phone call. That'd be a hell phone call. So
Oh yeah, so I think the Titanic submarine would. I think for the sake of the prompt, it's just like dead people zone anyway.
that's true.
Oh God, I feel like
I was gonna say George Bush, but he's not dead.
I want to do oh, what's his name? The guy who killed Archduke Franz Ferdinand.
I have no clue, but I know who you're talking about.
I feel like he'd be a pretty good talk, assuming he could speak English.
Doubtful, but maybe the heaven translation.
Yeah, we can bend the rules.
Can I can I contact dead dictators so I can bully them?
I don't know. I feel like I'm just too interested in people who
Just
are
call
past. Like
just call Hitler and tell him his art is shit and that he never had any promise in life.
that's good. That's good. I want to say that Hitler doesn't understand English in this scenario. He's just like what? Then he hung up.
Like, what?
What?
It's
Uh,
indistant.
I mean, there's just like tons of celebrities that I'd like just really want to talk to. Like, I'd love to talk to like Leonard Cohen or whatever, um, or like John Lennon. I guess would be a good one.
Yeah, I don't know.
Tom
But
Petty.
I just think it's really funny how many eras JoJo Siwa has gone through. Also, how many controversies she's gone through in the past few years.
I can't. I mean, I feel like there was like the baby stuff, but that's kind of blown over given the fact that nobody likes the
Oh,
baby anymore.
I wasn't even thinking about that.
Um,
That's the funny part.
there's the moment when she said she didn't like calling herself a lesbian because she didn't like the word.
Yeah, that was one of the moments that people did not like fuck with her anymore.
Honestly, that shit's still kind of. I mean, I'm not gonna say too much on the account of who I am, but I've heard out the perspectives from lesbians, and I think they all sound pretty good. Like I feel like it's just like, why must you be so play into the shame of
Healthcare
it?
thing.
Yeah, or whatever.
It's just lame, honestly.
Yeah. For sure. Who was the other celebrity that like got into like some of the discourse recently?
I
With
don't
that,
know.
I don't know. I feel like there's always
Yeah,
there's always.
I'm not caught up on the discourse now that I'm restricting my Twitter usage.
I think it was like the pop. I think it was like the Becky's Shirt Girl. You know that song? Or
I
Becky's
do
So
not
Hot
know what
Girl.
you're talking about.
Fletcher. I think it was Fletcher actually. I might be making that up.
I hope you are making that up because that'd be funnier.
Maybe it wasn't Fletcher. Maybe it was someone else. I don't know. I think Fletcher might be. I think she might be free. But it was someone
Fletcher's a
like
crazy name.
she's pretty. I mean, she's fine. I think, but I think it was somebody easily confused for Fletcher, who was like a TikTok artist who like makes a lot of like sapphic songs or whatever. Who is like, I don't like being put in the lesbian box or whatever. And I'm like,
Is
okay,
that what's going red or
what?
is that girl in red or am I hallucinating that?
No, I don't think Girl in Red would say that.
She said something that got people pissed.
Well, people just don't like Girl in Red for obvious reasons.
I don't know if it's obvious.
I feel like the main thing is her music just isn't very good.
Look, making mid music has never prevented people from oh my god. A girl in red on why lesbian is her least favorite word.
Oh man, never mind. I went to bat for you, Girl in Red, and you disappointed me.
I told you. I told you. You
I just
didn't
don't.
believe me.
Yeah.
Your critic said that I was wrong. But I've been vindicated once again.
Wait, send me that article. What's the context?
2020. South China Morning Post. Why is it so hard to copy the URL from this website?
I found it.
Oh, you found it. Good.
Yeah. Oh, it's paywalled. Fuck this. Wait, never mind. Wait, I can.
No, it's not paywalled.
It's paywalled.
It's not paywalled. I literally just went on it.
I literally went on it and it says that I need to subscribe to look at it. So
I think you're on the wrong one.
on South China, whatever, Morning Post.
Yeah.
I might be on the wrong
Wait,
one.
I went on it perfectly fine.
Oh, okay, never mind. I think it was a different article with like the same headline.
I told you. You didn't believe me once again.
It's still paywalled. It's still, man. Okay, okay.
There's no fucking way it's paywalled. I literally was on it.
I literally don't know how to. I mean, it's literally. Okay, I think I got it. This article is so interesting.
Oh, it's paywalled beyond a certain point.
That's what I mean, man. You didn't even scroll down.
No, I was a headline reader.
I don't want to hear it. Didn't even try to read
You
the
can-
article.
you
and
can
you're
listen
telling
to the
me why.
article. No.
You can listen to it
No, if you're subscribed.
if you're subscribed. That's no, I got it because if you, it works better on desktop. But if you click on the X like while the article is loading, you can like have like you can just have it available because it doesn't pop up the paywall.
Oh, that's so wrong.
This
Hang on,
is
I
good.
found a Twitter thread that's actually read the article.
That's real Swifter podcast material right there. Send.
I know a lot of people say I'm a lesbian, but that's literally my least favorite word in the entire world.
Hate it here. Why are you doing that? I just think it's a weird line that
It's
so many
strange.
of these celebrities push, and like so many I've seen so many people be like, I find Renee Rapp so refreshing because she just comes out and be like, "Hey guys, I'm a lesbian," and it's like,
She's kind of real, honestly.
when was the last time like a celebrity who wasn't like Ellen or like Ellen's wife were like,
The
"I'm a
only
lesbian, guys."
the only withstanding valid critique of Renee Rapp is not even her fault. It's just the fact that she talks so like boldly as she does, and people are like, she kind of gets away with it because she's white, but that's not her fault. It's just
I guess
a
it
reality.
doesn't. I guess it doesn't speak to. It doesn't speak to the fact that Renee Rapp should be more mindful when she's talking. I think it just speaks more to the fact that we should be a little more normal about black celebrities and black people in general. Like, I don't know.
This is not a we issue. This is a racist white people issue.
Yeah, I mean, uh-oh. My Tamagotchi died. That's unfortunate.
No.
Anyway. That's weird. I feel like
Damn.
I fed it today, so I don't know why I would.
All right, I think we should wrap it up. But before we wrap it up, I want to talk about recently there was a proposal from my school board at my school about revising a policy to choose what books that could be removed from libraries or teachers' libraries. And obviously people took issue with that. And I'll be clear, it's like 2 or 3 people on the board. Really, it's not the entire board. This some weird freak far right fuckheads who don't even, one of them doesn't even have any children in the district. Common practice actually for far right nut jobs.
Sure. Yeah.
But there's a policy meeting, and like 20 students or something showed up in attendance. And all the English teachers and librarians showed, apart from the high school librarian, because she is in the reserves for the Coast Guard and got called to Baltimore because of the bridge collapse. Which is insane circumstances. But she sent a video. But yeah, it's nice to engage in direct action. Also, fuck book banning. All my homies hate book banning. Fuck you. Fuck your parents' rights.
What books are they banning? Like,
it was just a revision to it was like proposed revisions to the policy. There are specific sections that were scrutinized. So that was basically it.
Okay. Beyonce released an album.
Well, yeah, she did.
She did. We do not have time to get into the new Beyonce album, but we
We
could talk
enjoyed
about
it.
We liked it. I liked it a lot.
We'll talk about it on the Patreon.
If this video gets 2 likes, we'll talk about we'll talk about Cowboy Carter.
That's true.
We'll do
If
maybe
you made it
we
this
should
far, you're real.
we should do a bonus episode for Cowboy Carter if this gets 2 likes.
I don't know.
Actually,
I don't think there's enough to do for that.
No, you're right. You're right. We'll just talk about it. If this gets 2 likes, we'll do. If any of our videos get 2 likes, we're still doing the Eras tour bonus episode. That's still on the table.
Eventually,
at some point. We should think about. We'll do it after the album comes out. I think that would be good.
that might be smart.
Yeah, there's no reason to do it before the album to really rush that.
There's no rush. Just embrace the white feminism washing over your body.
Embrace embrace the Biden-Harris 2020 cookies entering your stomach.
Editor, put that on screen.
Editor, put that on. Jamie, can you put that up?
Jamie, can you pull that up? My God, I think about that picture more than I should.
Okay. I think Jenna, where can we find you?
You can find me on Twitter, or X, formerly known as Twitter, occasionally at Fiona Appletree with one A.
You can find me right now, concurrently, at Twitter and Instagram and a couple other places at Lucas_copy_1.
All right, that'll do for the only podcast where we can get completely off topic and never find our way back to the beginning.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do for the chapters. I'll figure it out.
Yeah, the two chapters are just fuck it, we ball.
No chapters this episode. Fuck it, we ball.
No, the chapters are just guess what this is. We know you don't watch anyway.
I just make up shit for the for the chapters. It's
Yeah.
like,
Fuck you, these aren't actual captions.
fuck you. The chapters were fake.
Why the fuck did Chris Rock punch Chris Rock in the face?
Why the frick did Chris Ross just punch Kiss Ross in the penis?
It's so stupid.
How are we gonna end the episode now?
So stupid. Alright. Goodbye. Thanks for listening. Stay healthy, stay hydrated. And if you're still here, fuck you.
Yeah, fuck you.